Oh, hey, Vinny, you remember Donatello, don't you?
Oh, yeah, he's really talented.
Yeah.
Doesn't he play Circus Soleil in Vegas?
That's right. He was on his way to a performance there, but he was late, so he was speeding. Got pulled over for the speeding.
No, that's not good.
Cop says, why were you speeding? He's like, I'm on my way to a performance. And the cop says, prove it to me. Donatello pulls out all of his stuff. He's on a balance board. He's got a poodle on his shoulder. He's got 18 balls in the air. And then another car pulls over. A drunk guy gets out and goes, okay, officer, you got me.
Well, why did he do that?
The officer said the same thing. And the guy goes, hey, I saw the drunk test you were giving him. No way I could pass that. Hey, how you doing? I'm Big Pauley. This guy over here, he's Vinny 2 times.
How you doing?
And we are the WiseGuys. And we're here to bring you our award-winning show, We Pick the Winners. Where? We Pick the Winners.
Hey, WiseGuys. The streets are suspiciously empty, and a bunch of black SUVs just pulled up. I think something's going down. I'm gonna go check on Lil Anthony, make sure he's safe.
I bet it's the Russian mob out to get us.
Oh, yeah, I bet it's the cartel out for revenge.
I've got eyes on the WiseGuys. Roger that.
Who might you be?
That's on a need-to-know basis. And right now, you don't need to know.
I know one thing. He's not the Russians, and he's not the cartel.
No kidding.
The place is clear. Go for Renegade.
Who's this renegade? Is it?
Did he just say go for Renegade?
Proceed with caution. We've got a hen in the hen house.
Yeah, so?
So, if I'm not mistaken, Renegade is the code name
Hey, Pauley, did you hear that? We got a code name. I'll tell you what, you can have Renegade. I'm going with Maverick. When I say Maverick, you're probably thinking about the movie Top Gun with Tom Cruise, right? But you would be wrong, because I'm talking about the 50s TV show Maverick starring James Garner. Forget about it. He plays a well-dressed gambler migrating from town to town, always sweet-talking the ladies out of their clothes. Kind of like me, Vinny 2 times. If I lived in your West, didn't have a job, and wasn't married. Close enough.
Negative. Renegade's already taken.
Oh, yeah? By who, huh?
So this is where the magic happens. So,
President Barack Obama!
my fellow Americans, today is a day that'll live in infamy.
This is a thrill. Can I have your autograph? I don't get starstruck too often, but this is the President of the United States. I mean, how many opportunities do you get to get an autograph of the most powerful man on earth, let alone talk to him? If I play my cards right, I think I could get on the list. You know, the list that gets you into all of the parties at the White House. Now, to make Mr. Secret Service an offer he can't refuse. You have a pen, right?
No, but we can take a selfie.
This is an honor and everything, but what are you doing here? Huh?
Well, as you know, when it comes to the NCAA tournament, I pick the winners.
It's true.
But Michelle and I are trying a little something new, trying football, and she's beating me.
Oh.
I came for some help. Now, basketball's my game. Not only do I pick the NCAA winners, I got a 20-foot jumper. That is cash money. But I'm always on the lookout for a new challenge. So this season, when Michelle suggested we try picking the winners in football, I said yeah. But she's kicking my ass. But I'm hooked. Just like these damn cigarettes. What are you going to do? Arrest me for smoking?
Help, huh? Well, why didn't you just call?
I'm the president. I can go anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, he's like Doctor Who.
He's right, Vinny. Once you started getting help from little Anthony, you did a lot better.
That's true.
When Vinny told me he was getting some help with his picks, frankly, I was ticked. And then when he told me it was little Anthony helping him, I thought he was nuts. I mean, you maybe ask Angie, but little Anthony? Then he started doing better. And now I'm worried. I mean, come on. Where am I going to find a junior Jimmy the Greek this late in the season, huh?
So, Mr. President, how can I help?
No, not you, Vinny. We're here to talk to little Anthony, and he and I together will come up with a strategy to defeat Michelle.
Oh, no. I just got a text from Angie. She can't make it. All the roads are shut down.
Oh,
No,
well,
we're gonna do it with the fantasy. We need another fantasy.
Chill out. I got this. Frank Horrigan here will be your other fantasy girl.
Yeah, I learned early on that when the president says jump, I say how high, because there are a lot of perks to being on the president's detail. Like all the travel. Last month we hit 4 countries, 5 states, and 10 golf courses. When we do travel, it's always first class, and the food is always phenomenal. But the one thing you never, ever, ever want to do is beat the president in golf. I did that one time early on when I was new. And I was put on bow detail for a month. Man, that dog can poop. I won't let you down, Mr. President.
Good. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a meeting I got to get to.
Wow, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, wait till he finds out little Anthony can't talk.
All right, well, this is the part of the show we tell you all about the rest of the show. We've got all the things you come to know and love, like that bust out game of the week. We've also got our ironclad lock, lead pipe cinch, personally picked whack of the week. And this week, I hate to disappoint you, but we don't have no fantasy matchup. Instead, we have, for all of you fantasy players, the fantasy must-haves. And who helps us with the fantasy must-haves?
That was my favorite part.
It's everybody's favorite part. It's those amazing, those beautiful, those intelligent fantasy girls.
Hi, WiseGuys!
Wow. Okay. Well,
Let's pick some games.
yeah, why don't we do that, all right? First, the games that we agree on. We both agree that the Atlanta Falcons should beat the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, and we both like the New England Patriots with pretty boy Tom Brady all over the Miami Dolphins.
We both agree that the New York Jets defense is just too much for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I don't think Shady's going to play, and I'm going to go with a little RO, a little RS, reverse psychiatry.
Yeah.
And we both like staying in New York. We both like the New York Giants all over the Philadelphia Eagles, although with Chip Kelly gone, who knows what's going to happen in that game.
Eagles may go crazy, you know? We both agree the Washington Redskins will beat the absolutely horrible Dallas Cowboys.
Boy, if the Bills could beat them handily, they're terrible.
I'm
and
so
we both
sorry.
like the Indianapolis Colts. That's right, the Indianapolis Colts all over the Marinara-less Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. We both agree the Cincinnati Bengals should beat the Baltimore Ravens.
What?
But,
You said that with no problem at all.
wow, you're right. Dr. Crane must have really helped me out.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm right.
And we both like the Houston Texans. That's right, with J.J. Watt all over the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We both are taking the Denver Broncos after a strong game last week to beat the horrible San Diego Chargers.
Tell you what, that was a big win for Denver.
That was.
And we both like the Carolina Panthers with Cam Newton all over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their puffy shirts.
Little bounce back for them, depending upon how they play everybody, huh?
Yeah.
We both agree the St. Louis Rams are just too darn strong for the horrible San Francisco 49ers.
29ers.
Yeah.
And we both like the Minnesota Vikings. That's right, the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be this could have been a buskout game.
Yeah, it could have
over the Green Bay Packers. I think Minnesota's going to do it.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. All right. Those are the games we agreed on. And now all the games we differ. I am taking the Detroit Lions over Vinny's Chicago Bears.
That's going to be a tough game.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's a flip of the coin for me. I like Chicago. Who knows?
Those were all the games that we disagreed on.
There you go.
Now we're going to grab a beer. We suggest you do too. Why don't you stick around and watch these messages, all right? And we are back. And now it is time for our bust out game of the week. Vinny, 2 times, take it away.
Okay, Big Pauley, we got a good one here. Our bust out game of the week has the 7-8 Oakland Raiders taking on the 10-5 Kansas City Chiefs as Derek, you can drive my car,
There you go.
takes on Alexander the Smith at Arrowhead Stadium. Okay, Big Pauley, who do you like?
I like something that you're going to be surprised at.
Yeah?
I like the Oakland Raiders. this
Oh,
week.
you're right.
I think this is a little bit of a sneaky game. I think the Oakland Raiders have a chance to go 8-8, which will be kind of rescind their whole season a little bit. And I think Derek Carr is going to do it. It's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a really close game. Part of the reason I'm going with this is KC did not play a hot game last week, and they may be resting people this week. So I'm taking the Oakland Raiders, and I'm going to call it 28-27.
a good pick, Pauley.
Thank
I
you.
like that pick. I like the way you think.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm going to go a little different route. Are you kidding me? It's Kansas City Chiefs. They won like 10 in a row, for goodness sakes.
True.
Come on. They are the hottest team in football right now. Nobody wants to play these guys. But they need to win this so they can help advance their playoff record. So that I think they win the division if they win this. So this is a big game for them. And come on, Alexander Smith's playing good ball. The defense is playing good.
Yeah.
I like it in a squeaker, 24-12.
There you go. All right. Hey, fantasy persons, do you have an opinion on this game? Detective Mary Matthews, who do you like in this?
You know what I like? I love me some Derek Carr.
There
I
we
think
go.
I'm going to go with Oakland.
There you go.
Oakland
All right.
Raiders.
There you go. Secret Service agent Frank Horrigan, do you have an opinion on this game, sir?
I'm going to have to take Kansas City on this one.
Any particular reason why?
That's on a need-to-know basis.
All righty. Apparently, I don't need to know.
Really not.
Well, that's we've got a little bit of side to
Can't
side
argue
here.
with
There
that.
you go. All right, all right. Well, that was our bust out game of the week, and now it is time for our ironclad lock. Lead Pipe Cinch personally picked Whack of the Week.
That's music to my ears.
Listen to this.
Hey,
It's amazing.
you know what, McCarthy? I'm going to try something new.
Yeah.
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Does he ever do that?
My can't miss, gotta have it. Whack of the week has the 9-6 Pittsburgh Steelers at the 3-12
12.
Cleveland Browns as Big Ben Roethlisberger takes on Johnny Football Manziel at First Energy Stadium. Okay, Big Paulie, let's review, shall we?
That is your system.
Okay, Pittsburgh. What did they do last week?
They lost.
They laid an egg, big time. And you know what? Now they not only don't control their own destiny, they need help.
Yep.
And they got to win this game. And if they have any chance of getting into the playoffs, and because of that, I think it's a no-brainer. I think Pittsburgh's going to blow them out. Cleveland's awful. They're pitiful. Johnny Manziel, sorry, wait till next year.
Yeah.
I like Pittsburgh going to blow out 104-3.
Yep, I agree pretty much with everything you said, even the score. Yeah. All right, well, that was your Whack of the Week. And now it is time for my ironclad lock. Lead Pipe Cinch personally picked dun 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 whack.
Wow, that was a presidential whack.
Yeah, I thought I think it was
fantastic.
All right, my game features the 9-6 Seattle Seahawks at the 13-2 Arizona Cardinals as Russell Wilson, the volleyball, takes on one word. Carson Palmer.
That's 2 words.
Yeah, it's 2 words. You wrote that, for crying out loud. At the University of Phoenix Stadium. I think the Seattle Seahawks are a great team, but they are on the road, and they are different on the road. Arizona Cardinals, they're playing for something right now. So I'm calling it Arizona Cardinals in this, and I think it's going to be a really sharp game. I think the final score is going to be something like 35-21, Arizona.
I like that too, Paulie. I like Arizona. I think it's going to be a little bit closer, 24-21.
There you go. All right. Well, those were our Whacks of the Week, and now it is time for the Fantasy Must-Haves. And what are the Fantasy Must-Haves, you may ask? Well, all of you fantasy football players, last week you had your Super Bowls, so this week you're putting together your
Dream Team.
and those amazing, those beautiful and handsome fantasy persons are going to help you choose those must-haves for your
Dream Teams.
All right, well, persons.
Well, the 2 best running backs are Doug Martin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
True.
and Adrian Peterson from the Minnesota Vikings.
True.
Now, I would love to have either one of these guys on my team, but you got to look at who they're up against this week.
Mm-hmm.
And this week, Doug Martin is up against the Carolina Panthers D, number 1 in the league.
Yeah.
So, the obvious fantasy must-have is Adrian Peterson.
Absolutely.
This girl
well
was
done.
good.
Yeah,
This girl
she did
was
a
good.
good job. All right, hey Frank, help us out here, right?
Well, the 2 best quarterbacks are Tom Brady of New England and Phillip Rivers of San Diego. But you have to look who Phillip Rivers is going up against with the very strong Denver defensive.
Oh, yeah.
So the obvious fantasy must-have is Tom Brady.
There we go. All right, well done. I love
This
it.
guy
All
is
right.
good.
Yeah, he is good. Thank you, Mr. President. And hey, go visit our website, thewiseguys.net. That's thewiseguys.net.
Wouldn't this look good on your table?
Hey, you missed Christmas last week, but hey, people will still take a late present, right?
Valentine's Day?
Yeah, and stick around for this week's video, Guest Whack.
Thanks, Wise Guys. This is Billy B. Check out my YouTube channel, Billy B on YouTube. It's pretty easy to find. My whack of the week this week is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cleveland Browns. The Steelers still have a shot at the playoffs. If the Jets lose, they play at the same time. So I like the Steelers to win this pretty handily, and they take out the Browns.
And we are are back. Week number 17. Hey, we made it to the end of another season, huh?
Yes, we did.
Hey, week number 16. I didn't do so good.
Well, you broke even, but I went 10-6, and now we're all evened up.
That's true.
The meeting was a success. Little Anthony was a pillar of information. Let's go, Frank.
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Hold on, Frankie. What's the second reason?
Yeah, that's right. You said there was 2 reasons you was here.
That's right. Frank? I'd like to take this opportunity on this, my favorite show, to announce that I'm throwing my hat in the ring for the mayoral race.
But you're still the president.
Yeah.
That's true, but this way I get to go right out of the Oval Office and into 2 things I absolutely love. Campaigning and golf. Well, let's go hand in hand.
I just got a text from Angie. She says, "Don't worry, having a fun day at the spa."
Looks like she got your text, sir.
That's great. She had a day at the spa on the president's dime.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's problematic. Although it was my idea, my paying for it would be illegal. Let's roll.
Renegade on the move.
Wow.
Renegade.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Typical.
right about that.
He loves spending other people's money.
It's true.
Hey, what do you say we get the girl dancing?
Yeah, hey, the music is playing, the lady is dancing. That means it's the end of the show, and it's time to say thank you to all the people that made the show possible. First and foremost, we want to say thank you to those wonderful people at the Wacka 6000.
That would be us.
So thank you, Vinny, 2 times.
Thank you, Big Pauley.
Also, we want to say thank you to our Commander-in-Chief who came by for a little while. Thank you very much, President Barack Obama.
Yeah, could you spare a day at the spa?
Yeah, and we also want to say thank you to a very gung-ho Secret Service agent,
Yeah.
Mr. Frank Horrigan. And finally, we want to say thank you to everyone's favorite part of the show. Those amazing, those wonderful, those beautiful fantasy girls!
Thanks, wise guys.
I can't get tired of
Yeah,
that.
that's amazing, huh?
Well, hey, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy
and
New Year.
Hey, come back and visit us for the playoffs on We Pick the Winners. Where?
We pick the winners. You know, the list that gets you into every party at the White House. Now, to make Mr. Secret Service an offer he can't refuse.